Hello, my loves, and welcome to this video tutorial on professional emails. Today is Thursday, May 30th, and it is a blue day. Today, you're going to learn about professional emails. As you watch this video, please take note on the paper provided. You will complete both sides of it today, and it is due today. Tomorrow, your stamp slides are due. Our objective is understand parts of an email. So again, today we're going to learn about email etiquette and all 6 parts of a professional email. It will seem very similar to the learning we've done about letters, but slightly different. You, again, should be taking notes on that provided paper. Every email that you send to a teacher has to be a professional email with each of the 6 parts of a professional email. So every time you email a teacher from here until you graduate with your PhD and your doctorate, every email to a teacher should have all 6 parts of a professional email. So our first essential question is, how can I successfully include the parts of a professional email? Well, before you include those parts, you have to know what they are. So let's get started. If you need to pause the video to take notes, go right ahead. The first part of an email that you write is the subject line. The subject is what the email is all about. It's short. I would say about 2 to 5 words. Now, if it's ends up being 6, that's fine, but it should not be a long full sentence. For example, reading assignment, Google Meet time, missing work. All of those would be subject lines that you might write to a teacher. Just like we talk about a subject of a book, it's quick, short, and to the point, so is a subject line. So the subject line is the first part of a professional email. It details what it is about. It's important because it lets your reader get ready to learn or ready to read what gets their brain ready to read what you're going to write in your email. And if you have to go back and look for something, it makes a big difference to have a good subject line. Next is the greeting. We know about this from friendly letters and just human interaction. Greet the person you're emailing. Use their name and put a comma after their name, then enter. So for me and Miss Cousins, it's MS period. For Mrs. Williams, it's MRS. Mr. Grubler, MR period. And then you put their last name as usual, then the comma and enter. That's the greeting. You greet them. Some good and bad greetings for professional emails, which we're learning about. Dear, hi, hello, and making sure to use Miss, Mrs., or Mr. In your professional emails, my dears, please do not use such slang as yo, sup, what up, having no greeting at all, or using first names for teachers, even though Gmail does auto-populate that. So again, you're going to go, Dear Miss Cousins, hi, Mr. Grubler, hello, Mrs. Burns. After that, we've got your introductory message with which you are familiar after friendly letters. It's a nice and kind statement to start on a positive note. For example, I hope you are well. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon. Or perhaps, thank you for your email, if you're responding to one. It just starts your email on a nice, positive note for your reader, and it's so quick and easy. Some good and bad, good and trash professional introductions would be, I hope you're well. How are you doing? Thank you for your email. If again, you're responding. Ones that would be trash for professional emails would be sup, how you doing, or what's news. Then you've got your email body, which is similar to a body of a letter. It's why you're writing, what your email is all about. If you have a question, something you need to communicate, you should be specific and detailed so that your reader knows what you're writing about and can easily answer your question or respond. Some sentence starters could be, I'm writing because, I need help with, I'm confused by, when as. We've talked at length, my friends, about how you have to make sure your reader knows what you're thinking because you know what you're thinking. But you have to use the right specific and detailed words to make them jump inside your head. The email body is what you're emailing about. It's your whole purpose for the email. And again, if you need to stop and take notes, go right ahead. Just hit pause. I'll be here when you come back. After you write your email, you close out your email with a closing. You use a comma or exclamation point, then hit enter. Thanks, from, sincerely, thank you. All of those would be appropriate closings. And again, I believe you all say Sigma ones for a closing would be from, sincerely, or thank you. Ones that are trash would be K bye, laters, bye, or not including one at all. So stick with the from, sincerely, or thank you. Then, of course, your name, put your first and last name. Teachers would sign that with the classic Miss Maybe. Our second typo there, essential question, is how does the way we write and speak affect our relationships? Well, email etiquette. Etiquette is manners, right? You have good manners. You all say please and thank you. You leave things better than you encountered them. Email etiquette is having good manners with your email, and it affects your reputation and your relationships. How you write your emails will directly impact what people think of you this year and beyond. It also can affect your job and college prospects. Professionally written emails can be the difference between you getting a job or not getting a job. It could also affect your college admissions. And as always, well written emails help get your message across, get your questions answered, and get things done in a timely manner. We know the idiom, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, which means if you are nice to people, people will be nice back to you, and everything will just be better. So there are two types of emails here. We have professional and friendly. Professional emails are those you send to teachers. They have important information. I also send professional emails to the coworkers and sometimes even to my friends and family, depending on the seriousness of a topic. Now, these are quite different from friendly emails, which is, of course, the keyword there is friendly. You send those to your friends and your family members. They're not as formal. And of course, here are some definitions for you. Professional means having or showing the skill, good judgment, and polite behavior of a person that is expected to do a job well. They are trained to do the job well. You all are professional students. That is your job. So you write professional emails in your job as a student. Friendly means acting like a friend, using kind, supportive, pleasant language. Again, here are some of me and my friends. And when we email, it's casual, it's less professional. When you're emailing your friends, you can use text speak or shorthand, it's more accepted. How much etiquette or manners depends on who you're actually emailing. You don't always have to include a formal greeting in a friendly email, but the subject line is still friendly, or helpful rather. So again, friendly emails are not the ones you're sending to your teachers. They're the ones you send to your friends and family. It's much more casual, just how we talk about code switching and using different language with your friends than you would with your teachers or your adults at home. Professional emails is formal writing, and it needs to include all 6 parts of the professional email that we talked about. You need to use complete sentences and correct grammar. No text speak or shorthand. So no letter U when you mean to write YOU, or no you are when you mean to write out you are, like the actual words. They're not casual. The subject line should be clear, succinct, which means nice and short, and to the point, usually 5 words or less. Again, all of the emails that you email to your teachers should be professional emails. Now we're going to examine a professional email with all 6 parts. See if you can identify the parts of a professional email before I show you what they are. Can you pause the video and see if you can see where's the subject line? Did you find the greeting? What about the kind introduction? What am I trying to say in the body of this email? What's my closing? And the signature. Let's see. Did you get it right? Well, the subject is this week's plans, because this is an email I was sending to a teacher who used to work at Hudson about the week's lessons plans. The subject line gets him ready to read and ready to understand. Then we've got the greeting. I was writing this in the morning, so I wrote, "Good morning, James." I call him by his first name because we are friendly coworkers. Then we've got the introductory message. How was your weekend? I hope you and Sam are doing as well and healthy as possible. It's a nice, kind, positive note. Oh, there goes Raleigh. To start the email off on a positive tone. Then my body, which is the key information here that I won't read to you because you can read. But also it's communicating whatever I needed to share with him. The closing is thank you for all your time and effort during this time and always. That is the closing, wrapping things up. And then my name. Okay. So again, every part of a professional emails are the subject line, what the email is all about. It's short, sweet, and to the point, usually about 5 words or less. Then the greeting. Greet the person with hi, dear, hello, and their name, followed by the comma, and that you hit the enter button. The introductory message. You say something kind to open it up before getting to the message, which is, of course, the body, what your email is all about, your message, your question, whatever you're writing. Closing. Wrap up the email with a thanks from sincerely and your name. Write your name to sign the email. So again, every email you send to a teacher has to be a professional email with each of the 6 parts to a professional email. We're going to analyze some professional emails. I'll show you an example and you'll answer on your paper. I think this is on the back of your paper. What do you notice about this professional email? What is your suggestion for this writer to improve their email? So again, we're going to flip our paper to the back and do some analyzing. So the subject line is blocked Edpuzzle. Dear Mrs. Cousin, hope you're well. Edpuzzle is blocked. What I do from Raleigh. So on your paper next to that number 1 spot, answer the 2 questions. What do you notice about this professional email? And what is your suggestion for this writer to improve their email? Go ahead and pause the video as you answer those 2 questions about email number 1. Now that you're warmed up, let's look at email number 2. The subject line is book. I'm trying to do the Marvelous Cornelius assignment and I don't know where the book is. Where do I find it to quote? So on your paper, what do you notice about this professional email? And what is your suggestion for this writer to improve the email? See if you can put something different than you did for number 1. Pause the video to answer those 2 questions. Nicely done. This email is only just the subject line. Where is today's homework? So that should be pretty easy to notice. What do you notice here? And what is your suggestion for this writer to improve their email? Okay, so again, you're answering on your paper here. And last but certainly not least, so this subject line is grade question. Let's analyze. Hi, Mrs. Williams. I hope you had a good weekend. I was wondering why you gave me such a bad grade on my writing. I tried so hard and you don't even care. You need to tell me exactly what you want so I can get a good grade. K. Scooter. So on your paper, what do you notice about this professional email? And what is your suggestion for this writer to improve their email? And that concludes our tutorial. Now you can reflect, which means think about what you've learned, because that's how we learn it better, about professional emails. Use your notes. If you need to rewatch the video or revisit any part, go right ahead. You're going to answer these 3 exit ticket questions. Number 1, what are 2 new things you learned about sending professional emails? Number 2, what are 2 differences between a professional email and a friendly email? Number 3, what is a question you still have? So even if you think, I know how to do all of this, I've got it, I still need you to come up with a question, even if you don't have one. And that's it. I look forward to seeing you back in class on Monday. Don't forget to finish this today, and your stamp slides are due tomorrow, Friday, May 31st, and have a wonderful weekend.